In the work we do, we have to have a consistent focus on not only the actions we are taking, but the effectiveness of those actions. In our classrooms and programs, effectiveness is what we are judged on, so we have to be intentional in setting up things so they work. In special education, there are three main areas that can make the day-to-day work more effective in meeting our biggest goals. Those are to know your why, to regularly check in with others that you work with, and to have daily conversations with the people you supervise. Your why is the purpose behind your work. You might know what you are doing and be doing it well, but only by knowing your why will that work rise to a level of great change for our students. There are so many distractions in our work and home lives that can take away from what we want to accomplish. Identifying your why helps you keep your focus where it matters most and prevents drifting that naturally occurs. At the individual student level, knowing your why and how it supports students ensures daily actions are related to bigger goals, that lessons are tied to IEP goals and content standards, and that behavior plans are consistent with the student's function and their IEP goals. Special education relies heavily on collaboration between the adults working with each student. So to be highly effective, you have to communicate regularly with other team members. Positive relationships among team members are the oil to our special education engine. It just makes things run smoother. These relationships are built on trust and time. So make time to check in with other adults you work with and meet your commitments. Proactive communication is done regularly. You should have a daily check-in with 3 to 6 of the adults you work with. Make it a habit to check in. Face-to-face is best, but emails, calls, and other communication can be helpful too. If you are a teacher in a building, have rounds that you make each morning or afternoon as a way to check in, provide reminders, and to hear about issues when they are still small. When problems do occur, address the problem as close to the source as possible. Talk with the teacher about the issue and help identify ways to make things better. If you need to escalate to administration, it is best to keep it in the building first before escalating to the cooperative level. When working with others, it is important to keep in mind that perfect is the enemy of good. Identify the key aspects of the plan that are most important to you, and then be willing to compromise on other areas. Knowing your why helps you know the most important things in these conversations. For those who manage other staff, our effectiveness is based on the work of others. This can be stressful and difficult. To prevent drift from the most important work, it is important to have a daily conversation with each of the people you supervise. These conversations do not have to be long. A quick check-in can follow up on past work. Hey, how did things go with Jimmy yesterday? Or can orient them to upcoming work. Hey, Johnny has a test tomorrow. You'll be providing a read aloud for him. How this happens is different in each classroom, but some ways to make it work include morning conversations, checking in on yesterday's work and talking about today, or you can also consider a morning talk about the day and an afternoon check to see how it went. Ultimately, you have to make it work for your schedule and may require more creative scheduling. Effectiveness is activity with purpose and direction. If you know your why, collaborate with your team, and check with your directs, you will reach the outcomes you need to achieve. If you need help with any part of this, please check in with us and we can help.